Hey guys, it's Kate here. Kate Mack here. I'm coming to you live for content training today, and I'm for the first time ever live streaming to you with this app here, StreamYard, which is a free app, and I promised to tell a couple of people what it was that I would be using today. So now you can see it's called StreamYard, and it's a free live streaming app. So what I'm able to do is pop these banners below, and I'm also able to do a lot of screen sharing, which is really important when I'm giving this content to you guys. So hopefully all goes well. I'm hoping it's all working out. You can see me and hear me okay. I can see that there's a couple of people jumped on already, and hopefully I'll be able to see your comments as well. So if you can just pop in the comments where you're watching from today. It's a beautiful sunny day here in New Zealand, Saturday morning, and I'm looking forward to getting out in the sunshine later on after this. So pop in the comments. Hopefully I can see you. Let me just check on my Facebook Live and make sure it's all working okay. I do know that there is a slight delay in this app as well, about 15 minutes when I tested it out. 15 seconds when I tested it out. So when I do ask you to respond to something, it may take me a little while to respond back to you about it again with the delay. So for those that don't know me or haven't jumped on one of my trainings before, my name's Kate. And I am an attraction marketing and lifestyle mentor. Hey Miranda, nice to see you here. Cool. And I have this free value-based group, out-of-office attraction marketing group, to help give free value to people who have online businesses. So I teach attraction marketing, which is how to have your target market customers become attracted to you in your business online and using social media. So this is today I'm going to cover content, and this is just one tiny piece of the giant iceberg that is attraction marketing. But now that I have this amazing live streaming app, I can do my content training a lot more professional than what I've done it in the past by just showing you the screen of my phone like that. But we're also going to have a look at my phone and some of the apps that are on there as well. But that's later on. So in today's training, we're going to cover, it's all about content creation. So we're going to cover why we need to create content for our target market and our audience, the types of content that we need to be creating and where we're going to find that, the do's and don'ts and some tips along the way. And I'm also going to give you a live demo of creating a piece of content, maybe one or two pieces in different apps, and how I do that, and examples of on the PC, on your computer, on your laptop, on your tablet, and also on my phone. I do a lot of my content creation straight from my phone. So I'm going to share my phone screen as well on here. It's very technical today, and we'll show you a little bit of that as well. So bear with me while I flick through my notes. I actually have two notepads, so just keeping on track with everything. So let's start off firstly. I'm just going to see who's jumped on. Hang on one sec. Hey Sally, nice to see you. Beautiful day here. Hey Fadi, you're in the UK. I hope that you're having a lovely evening. So let's get started. Why we're going to create some content. So there's various reasons why we need to be creating content all the time on social media. The first reason really is to serve our audience. So we want to be giving our audience all the value that we can for free, as much as we can, and we want to be able to show that we are the lead person in our niche market. So if you are showing your audience how to cook things, then you are going to be the niche person in all things cooking. So you're going to be creating content about recipes and about things in the kitchen, appliances, utensils, great cookbooks, great other cooks. You're going to be talking all things food and cooking. So that's just an example of one niche and how you could be creating all different kinds of content. So cool. I'm seeing some comments pop up here, but I can't actually see who they are. So I'm just going to jump back over to Facebook to see who is actually jumping on. Hey, Greg. Cool. You're calling us from dialing in from America. That's awesome. We've got a worldwide audience here. We've got Denmark, England, New Zealand, and America. That's fantastic. Thanks for joining, guys. Some other reasons why we're creating content is to keep I mostly teach about Facebook, so I'm going to talk about Facebook mostly here. But I think most of our attraction marketing teachings or learnings can be used across the board on most social media platforms. There's just slight tweaks and tricks for each different thing. So my laptop's shaking around. So the Facebook algorithm is another great reason why we create content. Facebook is a social media platform. It values people who are being social on its platform, and so by posting content, it rewards you for that. And the better your content and the more valuable your content, it's more about quality over quantity, then Facebook will reward you for that by putting your content in front of the right people. So we're keeping that Facebook algorithm happy. Now, that's all I'm going to say about the Facebook algorithm, because nobody can control the Facebook algorithm. We never know what it's going to be, but we do know that by being social on social media, we are keeping Facebook happy, and that's why we love attraction marketing. So other reasons why we're creating content is to become that authority in our niche. So like I was saying, if you are the cook or the chef and you're wanting to show recipes and cookbooks and blah, 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 that's what all your content should be based around. So you're showing people that you are the go-to person about your particular niche. It also helps you to grow as a leader. So if you're pumping out valuable content to your audience, then you are lifting yourself as well, because you can see that you are learning and growing more, that you can then serve your audience. So, and in return, of course, the other massive thing why we're creating content is to attract your target market to you, so that you can then provide your solution to your target market when the time is right. After you've built, engaged, and served your target market, you can then sell effectively, sell your solution to your target market, if that is the solution to their pains and struggles. And that is a whole nother training. So that is why we create content. That's in a nutshell. The next thing I'm going to cover is the types of content, the different types of content. So there is specifically different types of content. So you may not be aware of this if you haven't been in your attraction marketing group for long, or you haven't been in one of our boot camps that we hold quite regularly, then you may not know about the different types of content that you can post. And there is a little bit of a secret to this as well. So the 7 types of content, I'll list them first and then I'll explain a little bit more about them. 7 types of content that you can be posting on your personal profile page. That is what I'm always talking about when I'm doing my trainings in here. Not talking about business pages, not talking about groups. I'm talking about your personal profile page. The 7 types of content are value-based and educational. That's one. So giving value and education. Lifestyle posts, inspirational, motivational posts, results-based posts, curiosity-based posts, Facebook Lives, and Facebook Stories. So that is the 7 types of content posts that you can be doing, and you should be doing. And you should be doing a range of all of them. However, the value and educational-based posts are your gold. That is what you should be doing the most of. And we say about 60 to 70% of your posts should be value and educational-based posts that you're doing on Facebook. So giving value to your audience, giving them knowledge, showing that you are that person of value and the person of expertise in your niche. That is what you should be doing. So if it's 70% and you're posting twice a day, 7 days a week, as part of your daily method of operation, which would be keeping the algorithm very happy, then that is at least 1 value-based post a day, 70%. So you really need to be the person of value. To be that person of value, you really need to do your research on your specific topic all the time. And actually, if it's your passion and it just comes naturally to you, then that's not hard. You can easily pump out heaps of value, knowledge-based posts all the time. So that's an easy one. Just to cut back quickly to the other ones, I'm just going to see who else has jumped on. Hey, Jake, cool to see you here. It's a nice early morning for you there in Tasmania. We've got Australia on the line. Awesome. All around the world. So the different other types of posts there that I mentioned were lifestyle-based posts. So lifestyle-based posts are obviously what you're doing outside of your business, what you're doing in your life, what your hobbies are, if you're out walking, if you're with your family, if you're, I don't know, whatever you're doing, playing football with your friends, whatever it is that you do as part of your lifestyle. That is what lifestyle-based posts are. So you'd be doing a little bit of those, at least 1 a week. Inspirational, motivational-based posts. For me, I think that these are some of the easiest ones to do, and these are the ones that sometimes people get very caught up in, and it's a bit lazy marketing. So really easy to find a quote or a meme that you can just pop on your timeline to fill the gap. So it's great to have them. If they can be aligned with your niche, even better, but definitely not doing them majority of the time. The majority of the time needs to be value and educational based posts. So the fourth one that I mentioned was results-based posts. So this is not spamming your content, spamming your business on your personal page. This is not saying I made $1,000 last week because I joined this company and blah, 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 blah. We are not about spammy-based posts. Results-based posts are a little bit similar to curiosity-based posts, and they can align with each other. Results-based posts are like the before and afters. If you're in a weight loss company, that's really easy. If you're in the food market, like I was saying before, it could be the before and after literally of cooking a meal results. What else could they be? They could be, you're on a holiday because you don't need to say this, but because you've earned so much money in your business, you're now able to take your family away on a holiday. And you can just drip feed little bits like that into it. And that's kind of how a curiosity-based post works as well, which is the next one. So it's getting your audience curious as to how you've come to be there or do what you're doing or whatever it is. So, and that's just all based around the wording, and that's another whole training as well, copywriting, how you can word different posts. But the sixth and seventh one that I mentioned were Facebook Lives and Facebook Stories. So Facebook Lives, again, a whole nother training, but you should be doing Facebook Lives quite regularly. The algorithm absolutely loves Facebook Lives and will reward you for doing them. However, you need to be consistent with them. So you can't just do 7 Facebook Lives in one day and then none for the rest of the week. To start off with, your content will be competing against each other if you did 7 in one day. So no one will see all 7 of your videos because you're posting them too close together. You really shouldn't be posting 7 posts a day on your timeline anyway. I would say 3 to 5 posts a day, 2 to 3 posts a day, depending on your how often you can keep that consistent. So there's no point in doing no posts during the week and then 10 posts in the weekend a day. That's not going to keep the algorithm happy. So I know I said I wouldn't mention the algorithm again, but clearly I'm giving you examples of how the algorithm works really well with attraction marketing. So if you can keep consistent with your content, then that is what will keep everyone happy on Facebook world. Hey, Carolyn, nice to see you here. Cool. So to start creating your content, and I'm only going to touch on this really briefly, but you really, really need to be, to make content really, really easy and flowy for you, easy flow, easy to create without having to get blocks and content blocks and that. If you're really clear about your why, your personal why and your business why, and your passion, so what is your absolute passions, then and then a little bit of work around your target market. So who are your target market? What are their struggles? What are their pains? What do they look like? Where do they live? A little bit more about that. Then that is the foundation of your content. So your personal and business why, your passions, and your target markets, pains and struggles. That is the foundation of what your content is based on, right? This will give you a really clear picture. It will give you something to come back to if you can write all that down, especially your target market things. So write down some information about your target market and you can come back to it. So for example, if your passion is helping people with weight loss, then your target market are not necessarily people who want to lose weight, because some people are not problem aware, but your target market are overweight people, people who have health problems, perhaps, so heart disease or heart problems, people who would like to have a healthier lifestyle, people who are overweight who have children and would like to be able to keep up with their children. So these are their dreams and ambitions, and their pains and struggles are that at the moment they can't keep up with their children. They're not sleeping very well. They can't fit the clothes that they want to fit. They are having problems breathing. Like, that is their real pains and struggles. And they may not relate that is due to weight, that they need to lose weight to help them with that. So that is what you're going to educate them about in your content. So I hope that's making sense, guys. Give me a little thumbs up in the Facebook Live if that is making sense to you, and I'll see that delayed in a second. And let me just quickly take a look on Facebook. Make sure we're running to lose weight to help them with that. So that is, I hate hearing myself talking. That's gross. Okay, cool. So that's really important foundation to get started before you start your content. But in order to start building your content, you just need to start. So don't be perfect. Don't be a perfectionist, right? You just need to get started, and it's real trial and error. So as you're building your target market, which is part of your daily method of operation, then it's trial and error. So you're going to see where the engagement works, like where people are liking your posts and commenting on your posts, and you're going to see where it's not working, and then you can tweak it and change. So as you go, that's the awesome thing about having a daily method of operation. It's daily, so that if it's not working over a week, the next week you can just slightly change it again. It's perfect. So, but the most important thing when you get started is to keep consistent. So giving valuable content and showing up every single day. If you can at the same times every single day, but that doesn't always work for me even, but keeping consistent. So and within your time restraints as well. So if you're a really busy person, you're a mom, and you have your business, your 9-to-5 job, and your business after work, your own business that you're running after work, and you just can't get the time to fully get into it, then just keep it to one post a day, one content post a day, but keep consistent. So don't just do one content post a day and then do 10 on a Saturday when you are free. Just keep it consistent. If you can, I would recommend a minimum of 2 posts a day. And over the week, it's a mixture of all those content posts that I mentioned before. So keep consistent. Oh, this is a huge one. Trust the process. I promise you. And if you haven't been keeping consistent and doing this range of content posts, this various content posts, and building your audience, if you haven't been doing what I call your DMO, your daily method of operation, which consists of 5 vital things that you should be doing every single day, then it's not going to work for you, because I talk about the DMO as like a star. So if you aren't doing each point of the star, then it's not a star, and therefore the rest aren't going to work. So you need to be doing everything. And one of those things is content. And you can see more about your DMO in another training on this page. I'm not going to go into that right now. But what I will say is that if you're not doing it now, you need to do it solidly for 90 days to form a habit, and for the Facebook algorithm to kick in, for your target market to see that you are a person of value in that niche. 90 days is what it takes, and you need to trust the process. So don't just start and do 10 days and think, oh, it's not working for me. I haven't been adding new people as friends. I'm not doing it properly. I don't have time. All the excuses that you tell yourself, and give up after 10 days. Like, really, 10 days? How long have you been in your business now? If you've been in your business 1 year, then what is 90 days to try this if your current business is not working for you? Okay, 90 days. And I'll give you some more information at the end about how I can help you further with that, okay? So go for 90 days. And the other thing with 90 days is that creates your brand. So 90 days of being the person of value in your niche, with your market, your target market, that is creating your personal brand, and people will start to see that personal brand after 90 days. It's such a powerful thing, and you need to trust the process. So when you're posting content, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. How is this post going to serve my target market or my audience? And the second question is, how am I standing out from others? So they're really 2 really great questions to ask yourself before you post content. And that's why I think almost less is more when you're doing content online. So if you're doing 10 content posts a day because you are able to and you have the time to do that consistently, I think that's really hard to be serving your target audience all day long, and be providing really, really good, valuable knowledge in 10 posts a day. I think that some of that should be moving into a training perhaps, and you should be making money from that if you are providing that much value and content in one day that is really, really of value to your audience. So just quickly, I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts, examples of what to post and what not to post as content. I'm not going to share pictures of these, but I'm just going to go through them. So examples of what not to post to start off with. So for those that haven't been on the attraction marketing journey with us, you may not know this, but everything that I talk about is based on your personal profile that we're wanting to build our audience, because you're building a know, like, and trust with your audience. And I don't think there's any way to do that on a business page. People come to social media to be social. They don't come to social media with their credit card. And so you're just going to give value without selling. So you're not going to do any sales or spammy posts. And if you do, I guarantee you'll get way less engagement. And any engagement that you do get, I guarantee is your upline or other people in your company. And sorry to be dropping some truth bombs there to some people that may not have been on this journey with us so far, but that is the truth. And we know that. And that is part of my vision and my colleagues that I do some work with vision, that we are tidying up social media and the network marketing industry specifically, but also just social media in general. Like, it's not there to be a salesy place. It's there to build relationships and be social. And so from a business perspective, you're building relationships. Okay. The other thing is, like, your personal timeline is your piece of gold real estate. Like, it is the thing that you have on social media to show people who you are as a person. And so don't go wasting your real estate with spammy stuff like that's not related to your brand or your niche. So, you know, I know it's fun to scroll through Facebook and read and watch funny videos and read funny jokes and just, I don't know, relax. You know, it's a bit of relaxing time sometimes for some people, but don't share every single thing onto your timeline that you think is funny and fun and laughing at and whatever, like, you relate to or whatever, because that's taking up your real estate on your Facebook page. It's competing with any of your own content that you've been posting, which you should be. So if you've just posted a really great post for your customers, for your target market, and then you go scrolling on Facebook to have some fun and you share a funny meme and you share a funny picture and you do all that onto your timeline, then nobody's going to see that content post because everything else above it is going to be shared instead, and especially because that's probably going viral, those memes or those pictures or whatever. So Facebook's more likely to show those than your piece of content if you're popping that onto your page as well. So I hope that makes sense for everybody. Just jumping in now to see some comments. Awesome to see some people still online. Wicked. Cool. So the other, just jumping back on what I was talking about, that's not to say that you shouldn't share some of that stuff. I would say that's more of lifestyle posts. You know, if there's a funny joke or a funny picture or whatever it is, share that, but just share it not that regularly, you know, like, remember, it's 60 to 70% of value-based posts that you should be sharing. If it's aligned with your niche, then hey, maybe that's perfect that you can share a little funny thing that is aligned. But, you know, just be doing it every couple of days, not every day, not every hour, not all the time. So the other thing that I mentioned briefly before was inspirational, motivational posts. So it's very easy to do these very often because they're floating all around social media, and to share them or to create your own ones and share them. And I'll show you in a demo at the end of this how you can do that. However, I am calling it lazy marketing because it's a very easy thing to do. If it's aligned with your niche, then great. But again, it's not all the time that you should be posting those. Your post 60 to 70% of the time should be value-based, knowledge-based posts. So just keep an eye on that. I would recommend, when you're starting out with creating your own content, that you do it for a week, and then after a week you look back over the content that you've posted on your page and check out what's had the engagement. Do a little bit of an audit. You know, check out what's had the most engagement, and by engagement, I don't just mean likes or loves. I mean comments, shares, things like that. And then you'll get an idea of what your target market likes and what kind of value they're really, you know, chomping at the bit to read and to see from you, and you can create more from them. So the other thing is a bit aligned with this wasted real estate line is Facebook chain posts. So I know there's a lot of Facebook chain posts. It's like the old chain mail emails that we used to get. There's a lot, and it could be a cause really close to your heart, so feel free to share it if it is, but please don't share them every single day. Don't spam people on Messenger with them. It's just a form of spam like anything else. So that is that. So let's give some examples of some great value-based posts. So 60 to 70% of your value in educational is addressing the needs and struggles of your target market. And ideas of where to find these types of this type of value-based post is from just wherever you go to research your niche, like how are you, if your niche should be your passion, so you shouldn't find it hard to find information to share with other people because you naturally are interested in it and passionate about it. So but you can find ideas from your other people that you're inspired by in your niche, so leaders in your field, but don't directly copy anything, for sure. Just rewrite things into your own words, do a Facebook Live about what you've learned. And if you do copy or share something from one of your leaders or anything, be sure to make it very clear that who that has been written by or come from, and give them credit for it. Other places are audio, like listening to audio, motivational audio, or ebooks or whatever it is about your topic, reading books. So it's all about just giving loads and loads of free value. The lifestyle posts are done in order to show people that you're a real person and that you have a real life as well. So be real, and it helps build the know, like, and trust with people, because people can relate to you more when they can see that you're surrounded by family, or that you're cooking a meal, or that you're outside hiking, or whatever it is that you're doing in your personal life. So people like to be able to relate to people on social media. The results-based posts, again, I mentioned like the successes of yours, or if you're not having success yet in your business, then tell stories, not real stories, not lies. Tell stories about your upline or your friends or your other business colleagues that are having the results. And like I said, the before and after photos are a great example of these. You can, on your Facebook posts, on your content, do a call to action. Now, a call to action is a line at the bottom of your text if you're writing a post that gives people direction of what to do next. So if you would like to learn more, if you would like to get my free recipe, if you would like to, I don't know, join me on this boot camp, then put me in the comments below, or send me a message, or so you need to give your audience direction. People definitely need direction of what to do next on Facebook or on social media, and this is the way to do it, and it's called a call to action. And I mean, really, your Facebook posts and engagement, your value-based posts are just to share your journey, your learnings, your story with the world. So what else have I got here? Just have a wee catch up and see what's going on the Facebook. Any questions? If you do have any questions about anything at any time, guys, please pop them into the comments on the Facebook Live here, and I will answer them when I come to them, or perhaps at the end if I can. Cool. Just play catch up. It's so bizarre, this 15-second gap between me talking and what you're seeing on Facebook. It's bizarre. Okay, so putting thought into your content, you need to stand out from others. As I mentioned before, pre-planning your content as much as possible is a really great idea. So even just as easy as writing the week out on a piece of paper or in a calendar, and you don't have to pre-plan to the detail, but you could just put what kind of content you're going to post on each day into a calendar, and then stick to that. And then you know that tomorrow you're going to do a value-based post and a motivational quote, or the next day you're going to do a value-based post and a Facebook Live. And then you can gear yourself up and prepare for that, and do your research in order to find the information that you want to put into that post. So pre-planning is really good. As I mentioned, to get into your creative state in order to prepare your posts, I find reading, audio, live trainings, rereading notes that I've taken in the past are really, really great ways to find content, like to get the inspiration and the creative flow going to create the content. So, and of course, remember to think about how you're serving your audience each time as well. So, I've just got a little bit of notes here about Facebook Lives. Now, I know some of you just joined me recently on a Facebook Live challenge that I did just outside of this group. And so a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about today, I'll be repeating for you, but hopefully that's a good thing. And so just quickly, I'll give you some tips and things about Facebook Lives. And this applies to Facebook stories as well. So for those that don't know, Facebook stories are the little things up the top of your Facebook page that you'll be able to see and click through. And they're just little pictures and videos that just stay in someone's Facebook story profile for 24 hours and then they go away. So almost like the Snapchat of Facebook. Instagram has them as well. So Facebook and Instagram both have stories. So with Facebook Live videos and stories, the gold with these, and the reason why they're gold outside of the Facebook algorithm that loves them, is that you are 100 times faster going to build the know, like, and trust with your audience, because there is no tone in, it's very, very hard to get tone in a written piece of content, or for people to really heartstring relate with you in a piece of written content. Or it might be very hard for you to write a piece of content that you feel so passionate about. So just jump on a Facebook Live. Like, imagine if I was trying to do this training as a written training. It'd be so hard. So jumping on like this, you guys get, so when we did the Facebook Live challenge recently, I think one thing that I really loved about it is lots of people did live trainings in a private group, Facebook Live, sorry, in a private group where it was a safe environment to do them and to practice. And one thing that I think we all found was the reason that we build a relationship a lot faster via Facebook Live is you get to hear that person talk, you get to hear the accents. So for those that didn't already know, did you know that I had this funny accent? And that I was from New Zealand with this funny accent that sounds like an Australian accent to everybody outside of the Southern Hemisphere. You know, so hearing that, anything that's going on in the background, it builds the know, like, and trust. You know, usually I've got a cat hanging around, which I do right now. He's just come out of the sunshine. He was lying in the sunshine over here. Clearly it's getting too hot for him. Usually I have cats meowing in the background, you know, and now my power cord's just come out. So all of these things, and, you know, even the crazy things that happen that go wrong, you know, a cat flying out the window like happened to me another time, that is what makes you human and builds the know, like, and trust with people. So that's what's so, you know, 100 times more likely to build your audience doing Facebook Lives. And that is why, to build the know, like, and trust. So it also shows you as an authority in your niche a lot faster than just written posts. So doing Facebook Lives, especially if you're doing them consistently and regularly about your niche as well, it gives heaps more exposure in that Facebook algorithm. The viewers feel like you're talking directly to them. So I might have mentioned some things today that have really hit a spot with you, especially if you're struggling in your business, you know, and that I don't know if you would have read a post and felt that. I think more on video you do feel that, so, or you hear that. You can engage with your viewers while they're watching with you. You know, you can't do that on a written post. You can reply to comments and things, but it's not in live real time. So that's what I'm trying to do here, even though there is the delay. You can ask for engagement. So like I've already done in this video, I've said, can you pop a 1 below, or whatever I said, if you can hear me, or if you agree with me, or ask any questions. So you can ask for engagement as you go, and you can give that call to action at the end of a Facebook Live as well. That I mentioned before. So comment below if you agree, you know, say me if you want my recipe, whatever it is. So, and then after you've finished your Facebook Live, you'll still get engagement from people watching replays. Oh, hi to everyone watching the replay, by the way. I didn't say that at the start. Sorry. And if you are watching the replay of this video, please pop replay in the comments below. And that is exactly what you can do on a Facebook Live that I didn't do at the start of this training. And also the other thing is, after you've done a Facebook Live, you can follow up with all the comments, so the engagement carries on going, and it sort of goes on a lot longer than what a written post does. So Facebook stories are kind of the same, because they last for 24 hours, and they're becoming really, really more increasingly popular now with people looking at them. And the other thing I've found is a lot of people will look at your Facebook stories that don't necessarily engage on your Facebook page or see your content. And that's really interesting, because you get to see that. You can see on Facebook stories who's looked at your story. So it's really, really sneaky way that people are seeing what you're up to. So you get to know who's starting to look at what you're doing. It's really, really cool. Cool. I'm seeing some comments, but I can't see who's writing them. Hi. Oh, thanks, Greg. I'm pleased you're enjoying this and getting some value. Sally's asking, what is the difference between lives on your profile and in a group? There is no difference. However, on your profile, your Facebook Live profile should be set to public. It's a whole nother training as well, and a bit scary for some people. And if it is set to public, then more people are likely to see it. So if your sister is watching, and she comments, then her friends will see that she's commented on a live video, and then they might be interested in jumping on and watching, and it just grows and grows and grows like that. Whereas in a group, it's like I'm doing right now, only the people in this group can see this Facebook Live. So it's a lot more contained audience. So if you're doing a very specific subject that you want to be sure that everyone in your specific group sees, then definitely do it in the group. Don't just do it on your Facebook page. And if you're wanting to have more people come to your group, then you'll see what I did last night is I put a comment on my Facebook profile saying that I was going to do this training in this group, and if anyone else would like to join in, then they could join my group. So this is the other thing about posting content. If you hang on one moment, please. Sorry, I have something cooking on the oven. Again, that shows that I'm a human. What was I saying? This is the other thing about, I don't know what I was saying, about a group. So they're more engaged and specific. Oh, that's what I was saying. When you're posting content, a little cheat tip, I guess, is to spend 5 or 10 minutes before you post your content or do your Facebook Live engaging with your audience. Because again, social media likes that. They like that you're being social on social media before you're posting. So they don't just see you as a person that's posting all the time and not doing anything else on social media. You need to be social on social media. And if you can do it for 5 or 10 minutes before you post any content, then that is more likely to get your content seen a lot more on the timelines of your friends and the public. So do that before you launch into your content or your Facebook Lives. Oh yeah, Sally, getting your live into your story. So that was something you asked about in the group this week. So let me think about how this works. When you do a Facebook Live, when you go to do a Facebook Live, you have the choice of where it's going to get posted. And you can choose to post it either on your personal timeline or in a group. But if you do it on your personal timeline, you also have the choice of adding it to your story as well. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm not going to go too deeply into that right now because I don't have the exact, but I think I typed it in the response on your group. And so just let me know if that didn't work for you, and I'm more than happy to work with you on that. So Greg, cool questions, guys. Hey, Danny, nice to see you here, huh? Also, another Australian, great. Greg, professional versus personal profile recommendation. So Greg, I think you're talking about, you have your personal profile on Facebook, which I think is what you're joining us with right now. And I think what you mean by professional profile is a page, right? Like an entrepreneurial page or a personal, a page, which is effectively similar to a group. So Facebook has 3 different types of platforms, guys. It has your personal profile, which everybody here has. And your personal profile should be set to public if you're wanting to grow your audience. It has pages, which can be used for business, or they can be used for becoming an entrepreneur. Or if you guys want to check it out, my page called Kate Mack is a page. But when you're starting out, I would really recommend you just focus on your personal profile. And then the third type is the groups. So personal profile, pages, and groups. Now, personal profile is Facebook's preference. It will always give you, freedom to create content and share it with other people. Pages are not so easy to get in front of other people unless you're paying for advertising. And don't pay for advertising until you've done this DMO work for 90 days and built your audience. I promise you, it's a waste of money. So, and then, and also I can teach you how to do it organically without having to pay. So, and then groups. So like I was saying, Facebook groups are the enclosed audience in your particular niche, perhaps, that you can open up to and give a lot more value to because you know that they're already on board with whatever it is. So, so hopefully that's helped. That's gone a little bit off topic, but yeah. See, Greg, I see what you're saying now. Greg Knight versus Greg Knight Business. So Greg, so you should be doing majority of your content on Greg Knight, your personal profile. And then Greg Knight Business is where you're purely talking about business related things. So whatever your business is, you should be talking about business related things for that audience or the target market that audience. But first you're attracting them to your personal profile. So I hope that makes sense, guys. It's gone a little bit off topic. It's a whole nother training. So I'm going to get back on track and carry on. What other tips have I got here? engage with your target market before you post. I think I just let you know that. If you do a content post that's having a lot of great engagement and is it's getting a lot of engagement, a lot of comments, people are loving it, especially if it's a Facebook Live, and you can respond to comments. Now, what I would recommend is if you do a post or a Facebook Live at nighttime, go to bed for 8 hours or whatever, get up in the morning and it's like got 50 comments, I would recommend you definitely should respond to all the comments that you ever get, because that's you serving your audience as well. But I would recommend you do it in snippets, so not all at once, because that will help you space out your time, and your video or your content will get seen even more if you can keep coming back to it and responding and engaging. And so maybe do 5 or 10 responses at a time, and then wait a few hours, come back and do some more. That way your video will just keep rolling. And if it is continuing to get more and more engagement and it's like really high, then let it ride. Don't post any other content for a little bit, for a few more hours or until tomorrow even, if you can let that ride out. So, because otherwise the next content that you post is just going to shaft that one, and perhaps your new one isn't going to get as much engagement. And so then you're kind of baselining again to start again. So hopefully that makes sense. Don't compete against your own posts. That's my next tip. Manage your time and expectations. So like I said, this can be very overwhelming, all this information. And if you haven't been on a boot camp with us, or you're not doing attraction marketing full-time with us, with my mentorship group, then this can be very overwhelming information for you. And there is a foundation to start off with before you can grow and get bigger and bigger, and you need to trust the process, and like I said, continue for 90 days to form a habit. However, you do need to manage your time and expectations. So if you work a 9 to 5 job, you have your side hustle, your business outside of that you try to work on every single evening and all weekend, and you also have children, or you have other things that take up your time, then you really do need to plan and be consistent, but based on your time and expectations. This is the awesome thing about having a daily method of operation, is it's personal to you. So I'm not going to tell you as a mentor how many posts a day you should be doing, and how many people you should be having conversations with every day, and how much time you should be spending on social media each day. It's individual to everyone and their time restraints, and but I can tell you how it can work for you. So that is something I can help you with. So you need to manage your time expectations, and it's all based around consistency. So it's not based around having 1 hour on a Monday evening and 7 hours on a Tuesday and 1 hour on a Wednesday and whatever. It's consistency. So the minimum amount of time that you have each day is what you need to base your daily method of operation around. That's all I'm going to say now about that. Plan your posts. That's a great way to do it, is to, on a Sunday afternoon, a lot of people do this. So just like doing meal prep, if you prepare your meals for the week, prepare your content for the week, and it can be in various forms. So like I said before, use a calendar, just pop down on a calendar what you're going to plan for the week on your personal profile. And if you do have a page like Greg was talking about, and you do have a group, then that is extra content. So this is why I suggest when you're starting out, you just build your audience on your personal page, because then you only have one place to focus on content. Because the minute that you get groups and business pages going as well, or person pages going as well, then you've got extra content to provide value to your audience. So plan out your post. You may be, if you're a really, really detailed person, then on a Sunday you might like to sit down and literally plan out your posts. So typing them all onto a Word document or a notes page or something, literally Monday, value-based post, blah, 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 type it out with the picture ready to go. And then when Monday comes around, you can just copy and paste it in. There are apps that you can pre-plan and they'll automate. So you can pop your whole post and content in there, and then it will automatically schedule it and post it on the right time. However, I don't recommend them. The Facebook algorithm doesn't like them either. So you won't get as much engagement. It won't get seen by as many people if you do it that way, because it's kind of seen as lazy marketing again. So that's why Facebook, social media is there to be social. It wants real people socializing on it, not machines and apps automating. So, so you can do it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Start out just person manually doing things. And also we have a saying that don't automate anything that you can't do manually, basically, because if things break, then you're stuck if you don't know how to do it manually. And Facebook dying the other day was a classic example, Facebook and Instagram, where everyone freaked the hell out because they couldn't do what they needed to do on Facebook and Instagram. But those that know better and know a little bit more about attraction marketing and online marketing know that that can happen anytime, and you don't control anything on social media. You don't own anything on social media. You actually don't own anything on your personal profile either. So that can be shut down at any time and taken away from you. What you do own is your email list, and I can talk to you more about that if you would like to learn more about that in a separate place. But you do own an email list, and email, so long as the internet is working, then you're going to be able to email to serve your audience when that happens again. So I'm going off track again. So planning your posts, researching for content all the time so that you're keeping up and keeping fresh and keeping up to date in your niche with your content. What else? Oh, if you do a post that gets great engagement, save it and use it again in 6 months' time. That's really great, because you'll have a fresh audience in 6 months' time if you're doing your DMO consistently, and you can give that value again. You might tweak it and pop a different photo on it or whatever it is, but that's a really great way of working smarter and not harder, is in 6 months' time go back through your timeline and find something that's relevant to the content that you're wanting to give, and you can repost it. So cool. Okie dokie. So that is the majority of the tips and the stuff I'm going to talk about. Now I'm going to launch into the demo. So first of all, and bear with me because this is quite technical what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to show you, what I'm going to show you is some applications and websites that I use to create content that are very, very user-friendly and free to use. And I'm going to show you some that I use on my computer. So I'm going to share my screen on my computer, and I'm also going to show you some that I use on my phone, because I am a very busy person and I'm on the go all the time, and I don't always have my computer with me, or I'm not able to use my computer where I am. And so I do a lot of my content creation on my phone. So I'll also show you how I do that as well, all going well with the screen share. So let's see if my screen share works. Let's go. So first of all, I'm going to show you an app called Canva, which some of you may have heard of before. So let me just double check that this is going to work. I think it should. There's just a little bit of a delay there. Cool. So Canva. So this is on my PC. You'll see it in a minute. I'll just wait for the Facebook to catch up so I can double check that you guys are going to see this. Yep, cool. That looks like it's working. Great. Cool. So when you open up Canva, you can create an account. It's free to do. By creating an account, it saves all of the old designs that you do. So this is all the ones that I've created in here in the past. I don't necessarily save them all. I often copy over them and use them again for something else. So, but when you first come in here, you'll come up to creating from scratch, this page here. And it asks you, you can either press create a design or what would you like to design. So when you click here and type something in, so we want to do a Facebook post. So you can create a Facebook post or a Facebook cover or an Instagram post, all sorts, like there's hundreds in here. Look, logos, brochures, blah. I haven't used hardly any of these. I just go for Facebook post. Usually it's just around what kind of size, whether it's a square or an oblong, whatever that you want to use. So that will open up this, which shows the template. So this is the size. Now, along the left here, we have this menu, templates. So this is just showing examples of different types of posts, you know, how Canva has been used for different types of posts. And you'll see here it's got quite specific stuff. So a Halloween Facebook post, that's a little while away. A food Facebook post. So if you go click all, it will show you more that are food related. So, I mean, the reason that I would use these templates is just more for the shape. So like if I want to put, and then I can put my own picture in the background of this, and I can change all the words and things. So you literally just click on it to change everything, to add a picture. So Canva has its own picture library. Some of them are free and some of them are only in the paid version, which if you do want to use the paid version, you have to upgrade, as you can see up the top here. So this is finding a template. Then, so now I've chosen a template. You don't have to choose a template. You can create your own from scratch. I find it much easier to use a template. Elements. So this is where you can find like shapes and graphics and photos that are already, so like recently used. So these are ones that I've either downloaded off the internet or they're my own photos. Look, here goes ones that are to do with spring, St. Patrick's Day. So this is just like what's trending, I guess, at the moment. Or you can type anything in here. So say I want a picture of the beach. I just type beach and look at all these pictures, and some of them are free and some of them are paid for. So I can't, to be honest, I just can't be bothered using the paid for ones because I can't be bothered putting my credit card details in. So I just go for the free ones. If there's not a picture here that I like, then I find one of my own photos or one on the internet that's free. And I'm going to show you a really great website that I just found out about today that has some awesome free photos. And then you can upload them to this app down here, upload. And then once you've found the photo you want, so let's just grab one of these ones. What one? This one looks nice. And literally click and drag. It's so easy. So now we've got this. Now we can type whatever we want in here. Beach time. You can change, so you can change the wording just by double clicking and typing. And then you can change colors, the color scheme here by pressing this. And this is very basic. You know, if you want to add extra palette, you've got to upgrade to the paid version of the app. But the other thing, you know, this is where you can change the size of the writing, the font type. There's hundreds here that you can choose from, so you can change that. But I usually pick the template, so whatever template here, based on this. So if I see one that's a really nice, I quite often like this kind of font, the scrolly. So I'll often just look for it in the template and then change the rest of the picture and everything else from there. So change whatever you need to change here. I'll just type in some gobbledygook. What I would recommend when you're creating content on an app like this, before you post it on Facebook, is to pop your name on it somewhere, because it's something you've created. So unless you've just grabbed it to use it. So, you know, if you just want to use one of these like this. So by the way, if you click on another one, you, oh no, you can, it does replace the current one you're using, but you can go back like that. But, you know, if you do just choose one like this and you think, oh yeah, that aligns with my niche, I just actually want to use that like that. Like that's kind of lazy marketing, but hey, if it aligns, then cool, work smarter, not harder. But if you want to type your brand on it, so your name on it anywhere, you can do that by adding text. So again, you can choose text from a template. So like I quite like this Parmesan cheese scrolly, and it's just going to add it over the top like that, and quite large. Oops, and I've done it twice, so I can put that one in the bin. Hopefully this isn't too fast for everyone. It is a matter of just going in and playing with it yourself, guys, to really get. Oh goodness, I've got too much Parmesan cheese. Is that even a thing? There we go. I just wanted to move it out the way. So I don't want it to say Parmesan cheese, but I do want it to say, and you guys would have seen this on all my content, Kate Mack. And I would just recommend your name. If you already have a brand that you do want to have on here as well, then Out of Office is my business brand name that I also put on here. So, and you know, perhaps I want that. That, I don't know, change the color. Like you can actually spend hours in here playing and stuff. So make it heaps smaller because it's not the main focus. But the reason why we do that is because if you're doing some really great content and people want to share it, so this has got the rest of the Parmesan cheese template over the top, which I can delete. But if you're doing some really great content and people want to share it, then at least you're getting the recognition for it, because I've actually honestly had it in the past where people steal my content. So if it doesn't, and for a while there, if I did a picture of myself, even if it was a photo of myself with text on it or whatever, I often wouldn't put this my name down the bottom because it was me. So I was like, if anyone's going to share it, then yeah, people, you know, it's me. So people are going to know that it's not the person that is sharing it. But people literally do that, and people were people are actually taking my content and cutting me out of it, the picture of me, and just using the writing part. Yeah, so I mean, you can't stop people doing that, really. You can report it to Facebook, and they can still cut out your name if they wanted to. Like, who's got the time to go to that effort? But this is why it's important to brand yourself here, and it just helps build that brand as well. So just going to quickly cut back and see if we've got some. Oh, you can't see. Oh no. That's a shame. Why isn't that working? Sorry, guys. Let me just see what my screen share. Here we go. Hopefully you can see it now. So just to quickly go over that again, I went to template. It's because it opened up a new page and I had to change my sharing page. So let me just double check that you're going to see the right page now. Gosh, that's a pain. There we go. Right. So what I did, guys, just so you know, is I went to templates. I chose the template that I wanted to use. So I actually used this one to start off with, and I added, so you can choose the templates based on how you want your post to look, maybe, but you can change everything about it. So you can change the words, you can change the pictures. So in Elements, that's where you can do that. So you can literally look up the type of picture that you want to find. With graphics here, you can, add a wee picture, and you can literally just click and drag, and then adjust size and things, move things around. Photos, you can upload your own photos. So there's free photos here. There's the uploaded ones. You can upload your own photos here from your computer. So if you choose one off the internet or one that you've taken yourself, so I can pop this photo and literally click on it and drag it, so I can to delete the background one. It's just quite user friendly. Position, so this photo's come to the front, so I need to turn it to the back, and then I can move it around. Can't see the picture. Now this picture is actually kind of the wrong size for this template. Oh no, if we blow it up, it works. I can make this a little bit more transparent so that you can see the people, or I could move the writing to here, maybe make the transparency a bit more again, like that. I can change the writing, so change the font, change the size, change the color. So this is really just a trial and error, guys. I can't teach you exactly how to use it all, because you need to come in here and play with it yourself. But so it's canva.com, and then once you've finished and you've added your name, which I was talking about just before I found out that you guys couldn't see, you can do that here, Kate Mac. I always seem to double up. I want to put it down the bottom here. If there's anything that you don't want that you've put on, you can just put it in the bin like that. I can change the color and font on that if I want to. So it's so user-friendly, like easy. Canva's the one that I like people to start out with because it's very user-friendly. You can also use Canva on your phone, so I'm going to quickly show you that as well. But once you're happy with it, which obviously I would not be with this, it's a bit of a mess, but you can just go here and download it. And once you've downloaded it, I like to download it to my computer, so I've got a copy of it before I put it on Facebook, because you might be preparing this on a Sunday, so you might not be ready to pop it on Facebook straight away. You can choose what kind of file, so if you want it to be a JPEG or a PNG, it doesn't matter. It's obviously suggesting this one, so I just keep it on this, and then I just go download, and it will download it to my computer, and then it's ready to use when I need it. So if I double click on it, it just comes up like a picture. See? Like that, and then I can post that on Facebook. So pull it straight from my computer. So sorry about that, guys. I hope that you have managed to catch up with that again. Cool. Not seeing, yeah, great. So what I'm going to quickly show you while I'm still on my PC, sharing on my PC, is a couple of free websites where you can get images as well. So obviously you can Google. So I might just show you how I do that all the time. And I'm sure you guys know how to do this, but just in case, gosh, I have to keep changing the share screen now, I realized. Google. You can type, so if I want a beach, I want a picture of a beach for a piece of content that I'm creating. And then, sorry, my computer's set to tutorial by default, but here goes, this is usually says in English images, so you can click on that and it will just give you all the images of beaches. Now, you have to be careful when you are choosing pictures from Google. If you click on this one, so if they have a watermark on them or which has writing or lines on them or anything like that, that means that they're not free to use, free stock. So this one here is blurry, so I wouldn't use this one anyway. That one's a bit better. So yeah, so you can, and to save it, I literally just right click and save image as, save it to my computer, and then I can use it with whatever I want to use it for, upload it into Canva and use it like that. However, I do have some free websites that you can use to get some images as well. Obviously in Canva there's a whole heap of images that I showed you before, but this one here is Zedge, which I've used before. Zedge, I use it mostly on my phone, but what it is it's a website. It's actually for phone wallpapers, but it's great for getting images that you can then use to reshape and then put the words over the top or whatever. So again, it's Zedge.net. It comes up like this when you first open it on your computer. There is an app that you can download for free that looks slightly different, but it's the same concept. So it gives you ringtones as well for your computer. But let's look at the wallpapers for the sake of pictures. I'll just quickly check we're on the right page. Yep, cool. So again, if I just type beach here, it will give me a whole heap of beach images, and they're all obviously in the shape of a phone, but you can resize them within the editing apps like Canva and that. So if I just choose this one, and it will it gives me the option to, it's actually a square picture, quite a large picture, so I can download it. And there we go. It's downloading to my computer right now, and then I can use it to upload it into Canva. So that's Zedge, Zedge.net. So I won't show you too much more of that. The next one I'll show you, I literally just found out about this morning when I woke up and saw it on a friend's post, and it's this one, Unsplash. So this is a whole heap of similar thing, textures and patterns, nature. It's free stock photos that you can use for, yeah, it's cool, man, that you can use for your content. So it's just stuff that's a bit different to the standard stuff that everybody's using in Canva and things like that. Like, look at these cool pictures, beautiful people photos. These are the travel ones. Like, I've just drawn straight to it. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait to start using this. So this is unsplash.com. And again, you just click on the image and download for free. Look at that. Awesome. Say thanks. See, they're asking you to share this on Facebook, which I'll do in time once I start using it. And that's the least I can do for using all these free images all the time. That's nice. Cool. So that's just a little bit on the PC. Now, what I'm going to try and show you now, guys, is my computer, my phone, sorry. So let me just change what I'm doing. Let me stop sharing. Go back to Scratch. And thanks for hanging in here, guys. Just remember to pop your questions in the comments anytime, and I'll be sure to get to them. So let me just do the logistics of sharing my phone with you. So if anyone's interested in how I'm going to do this, I do this via an application called Lonely Screen. Now this one's a little bit more trickier because I need to still see you guys. So I'm just going to minimize my screen and maximize this one. So hopefully you can now see my phone screen. If you can see my phone screen, please give me a thumbs up in the comments, and hopefully I'll be able to see that. I know it's a little bit confusing seeing the Facebook page as well. Cool, I think you can see that. So I'm now showing my content apps, which I keep in one folder on my phone. So this is where you can see Zedge. So that's what I just showed you the website of. So let's have a look. Oh, I'm clicking it on the screen. I need to click it on my phone. So you'll see here what Zedge looks like on my phone. And I often download, because Zedge was made for phone wallpapers and ringtones. So it's pretty cool to look at on your phone. So you can choose images like this. You can actually just scroll across and go through a whole heap of images if you're just wanting to look at some fun ones. Or you can click the search button down the bottom there and type in what it is you're looking for. So again, like I was saying before, beach, and it will come up with the images, which you can then download to your phone. So this one looks lovely. Let's all go there. And I just press the download button down the bottom. And it saves it to my, I think it's set to save to my photo images. So I can just find it in my Zedge album on my photos. So I'll show you how I do that. So I'll just come out of my content apps and into my images up the top there, photos. Now you get to see all my photos. Look, there it goes there, the last photo. You can see all the photos of cats. So easy. And now I can just use that to upload it to Canva or whatever app I'm going to use to create my content. So we'll use that now. So that's Zedge. So in here, my content apps, you'll see Canva, WordSwag. So Canva and WordSwag are the two that I use the most. WordSwag is the one that I use definitely the most at the moment because it's fun. So let's have a look. And then, so the three that you can use to make content, like with written words and things, are Canva, WordSwag, and Typorama. The two in the middle there, Layout and Pic Collage, they're kind of just for putting 3 or 4 photos together in one image. So that's quite nice for lifestyle posts. Like if you've been out for the day with your family and you want to share some photos, put 3 or 4 into one image is quite easy. So let's have a look at WordSwag though. And we'll briefly look at Canva as well, but you've kind of already seen Canva from my PC point of view. So when you open WordSwag, you have the option of camera, which is literally to take a photo here and now to use. Library, we'll go to your photo library, and free photos. So if we just quickly look at free photos, that gives you their stock library of images that you can use, which is quite nice. There's quite a lot there, or just plain background colors. Yep, so that's always updating as well with new stuff that you can use. But if we want to use the photo that I just downloaded from Zedge, then I go to my photo library and I literally, there it goes. Got the photo of the beach. And I can use that now. So as you see along the bottom there, I can choose what shape I want to make it. So I just tend to, oh look, you can choose to make it a Facebook post, which is this square anyway, Facebook cover, turns it so that, and then you can move the photo up and down. Event cover, so sort of everything is a slightly different shape. A Twitter, a LinkedIn post, like cool. But I honestly just go with the square every time. That's easy. So next, and then here goes where you can add your text. Now with Typorama, WordSwag, which is the app we're on. So you just double click on that. So see where it says this. You can move this around, and you double click on it, and you delete it by pressing the cross at the top, and you can type in your own quote or a saying, or so let's do that. So just so I can show you, at the bottom here it says says to. This is where you can quote who said the quote. So if it's a well-known quote and you want to quote somebody, then you can pop it here, and I'll show you how it does that. It incorporates it in. Oops, so I didn't need to. So you just double click on it to go back in and edit it. So also the other thing to see here is where it says down the bottom here, auto line breaks on. This is for if you've got quite a long, I'll just type some rubbish in here. If you've got quite a long quote, it will either go, so with the auto line breaks on, it will break it into multiple lines. If you turn it off, I'll show you, it does it as one big long line, and you're least likely to be able to read it. So if it's a long quote, then you want to auto line breaks on. If it's not a long quote, then you don't need to even worry about what that's set to. But yeah, but if you want to control yourself, then you turn it off and literally put things on different lines. Let's get rid of that. Hopefully you're able to keep up here, guys. I'm not really able to see the comments while I'm doing this, so but I can see that you can see it, so that's good. So there you go. And if you want to add more text, so you want to add your name separately, like we did on the Canva before, you literally just press that add more text at the top, do this, and you can position that. I just use my fingers to zoom in and out, to move it around wherever I want to put it. So put it down over here. Now you can, I'll touch on the quote text again, so the big amount of text. And this along the bottom here, we can see all the different types of text. Now, every single one of them, so this one's called September issue, has different formats. So if you press the numbers, it jumps around and puts it in different formats, or you can press the dice and it just does whatever. So, but I can jump through the different types and you'll see what it looks like. So there's some really cool ones here. There's a lot. So you'll see here, if I scroll through, heaps that you can use. And again, it's trial and error, just coming in. You'll get to know what works on what different backgrounds. You know, here goes all these. It's cool. There's heaps of loads of ones. And then each time you've got 5 different sets of that as well. So that's the style. And then we've got the color. So you can change the color of the text. Like this. Again, so much trial and error. I spend so much time in these playing around. And you can change the transparency, so just by scrolling this up and down. The invert only works on the big block texts. So if we go back and choose one that is, like say this one, if I pull that right out to the whole picture, and then I go to color. Oh, it's actually not going to work on that one. Let's choose. Okay, so choose this one, and then I go to color. Oh, it doesn't work on that one either. Maybe it's to do with the color. Hang on. No. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to show you a really cool feature. Okay, so this one here. Invert, why isn't it working? Oh, I'll tell you why it's not working, because I've got this piece of text as well. So if I get rid of that layer, oh no, got rid of the wrong layer. And you can't go back on what you've done. So let's just quickly add some more. Okay, let's just use this text that's here, double text, but hopefully you're keeping up with me, okay, you guys. So say our text was in the square number 9, and I make it nice and large, and then I go to color, and then I get rid of this text. Yeah, okay, so now it's going to let me do it. So it's a little bit of trial and error if you're trying to do it this way. So I've got it set to the style that is a big square, you know, as opposed to some writing. So the big square is taking up a large amount of room, and when I go to color, I can invert it. This is what I want to show you. So it puts the text on top of the picture. There's a really long-winded way of showing you how to do that, guys. Sorry. If I uninvert it and then choose a different style again, like this. So some of them you can and some of them you can't do the invert. So you get the picture. There's heaps of different ones you can use here. Cool. And then you can change the image around as well. So the third little tab there, the picture of the image. So you can darken it just by pressing on, just like the filters that you use on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. All the different filters here. And then you can blur the picture out a little bit as well by moving these things down the bottom. So that's way too much. But just to increase the text, that sometimes helps. So, and you can also brighten and darken. So lots of things you can play around with there. So I think that's about all there is to show you in WordSwag. You can spend a lot of time playing around in there. Some of the colors that you can use for the text are really cool, like with all these different textures and stuff. Can't see them on all of them, but like this, or you can different colors as well, like this, and you just keep pressing it in it until you find one that you like, which is quite cool. And when you're ready to go, you just press save up the top, and it does all that fun, and it literally just saves it to your photos, so to my camera roll, so it's there to use when I need it to post on Facebook. So I'll just show you that where it is. See, there it goes there. So it's ready to go when I want to post that on Facebook. And obviously I wouldn't post that on Facebook. It's a bit of a mess. So that was Word Swag, guys. Again, it's just a matter of getting in there and playing with it yourself. The other thing I wanted to show you on Word Swag was that, so if I just use one of their free photos, like with a plain kind of background, they actually, if you go to text, instead of typing your own text up here, you can actually, they have all these quotes. So this is lazy marketing, but if you're ready to, if you find one in here that you relate to and you just want to pop a quote up, and if you press the little shuffle picture image next to classics there, or next to any of them, so they've all kind of got themes. So like there's a cheesy one, cheese please. And if you keep pressing the shuffle button next to cheese please, it will bring up different ones. And you can choose what you want to use. So that's just a way to find a fun quote. Get hyped. Here goes a hype quote. You know, and then choose the one you want, and there it goes there, and you're using it on your the background that you've chosen, and you can change that background. Oh, you can actually change the background too once you've. So if you've chosen a quote and it doesn't really match the background, you literally just go back, change the background. Go next, and there you go. If you're still in the same app at the same time, it will keep the writing that you've chosen as well. So so that's Word Swag, guys. I'm just going to stop sharing for a minute so I can jump back and check that you guys are all okay there. I feel a bit nervous not being able to see that you've been following, and I'm pleased that you think it's awesome training. Thanks, Sally. Obviously, I quite like doing it. It's gone on a little bit longer than what I thought it would, but I love showing people things like this. So, hey, that one looks really great on Word Swag, that last one. That's cool. So cool. So just quickly, I'll just show you the last couple, guys. Just share my screen again. Share my phone screen again, and we'll look at, oh, this is weird. I don't like not being able to see you guys. Oh yeah, cool, you can see it. We'll look at, I'll just show you quickly what Canva looks like on the phone. I find Canva a lot more user-friendly on the phone, to be honest, than the PC, but it just depends what your preference is. So you haven't used it for a while, because I've been using Word Swag. So I'll just log in by Facebook. Canva's free. All of these apps are free, guys. They all have the option of paid upgrades though. So, but what I'm showing you today, you can do absolutely for free. So, again, similar to what you saw on the Canva online, you can choose the type of post that you want to use. If it's a logo, it's a Facebook post. So let's choose a Facebook post quickly. So literally just chosen it for the shape, and then I can change the image and the writing to suit. It's just taking a wee while to catch up. Come on. Okay, that's not catching up. Don't know if you guys can hear the airplanes flying over while I'm doing this training. Live quite close to the airport here. Okay, that's just crashed, but same kind of concept as what I showed you on the computer before. But so that's just showing you there is an app you can use on your phone. Again, there's no point in me showing you too much, because it's just a matter of you guys doing trial and error and playing with it. But you can see how everything looks in here. Scroll through, have fun, create it from scratch. But this is all about working smarter, not harder. So once you get used to using a particular style, then you might want to stick with the same style all the time, but just have some fun with it, have some play around. And the other, so Zedge, I showed you Typorama. So Typorama is the beginner's one. Like Typorama was what I used at the very start when I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I didn't know about Canva or WordSwag though, so it's very basic. But again, open it up, choose what kind of post you're going to do. I just choose the Facebook post, or the Instagram post is good too. Both of, the Instagram post is a square always. So, but the thing is with Typorama, it always has this the logo down the bottom once you finish making it. So what do we need to do here? I haven't used this for a while. So choose from my photos or choose from stock images. So same thing. Here goes my photos. So let's use the one that we downloaded from Zedge before. And then the little text down the bottom to change it. And again, you can just go through and choose the type of text that you want to have. So that, double tap it to pop your text in. So let's just go beach time. Make sure I spell that right. It doesn't like that it's short text, but that's okay. It's going to let me use it anyway. Paintbrush, like color of the text, white. So it's very simple to use, but with a little bit limited capacity compared to Canva and WordSwag. But this might be a nice one for you guys if you're just starting out. So cool. So you can play around. Again, you can press the plus sign up the top to add some more text. Double tap. Add my Kate Mac. Continue anyway. Doesn't like short text. Sure. Just trying to size it. Oh, there we go. Resize it. Those palm trees look nice like that. Somehow I've moved the photo. So there we go. Beach time, Kate Mac. Can't really see my Kate Mac. But anyway, for the sake of playing with this, I'll go OK, share. And then I can choose to save it, which will save it to my photos. For me to post anytime. But what I will show you is that it saves with Typorama written on the bottom. So here, see, made with Typorama. So an option of getting around that is you can give Typorama the credit and post it with that on it because they're giving you it for free, or you can the picture and crop that out. So how do I do that? And crop. So this is all on my phone, guys. This is what I prefer to do on my phone. Oh, see, if I do that, though, it's going to crop out my Kate Mac. But, you know, just to give you an example that you can do that. A little bit naughty to do because you've created it on their app. But, hey, there's a will, there's a way. So, so that's just showing you all the things, I think, now. As I said, layout and pic collage are more for just, here's some photos of the cat lying in the sun. Like, if you want to add photos and my breakfast, there we go, 4 photos that I just chose. I could choose which layout. I could put a border on. Like, that's just what they're for. They're for creating one image with multiple photos. And collage is exactly the same, does the same thing. So hopefully that's helped you guys. I'm just going to stop sharing now and finish it off. So I'll just check there's no questions going on there. I think I've stopped sharing. Yeah, cool. Goodness, what a technical training. I've never done such a technical training. Yeah, Sally, WordSwag's really cool. It's really fun to use. So just to finish off, guys, if you really enjoyed this training, it's so cool that I had you joining me online at some point. It did go a little bit longer than what I expected, but hey, I don't think that's a bad thing. Hopefully you've learned a lot from it. I just want to let you know, this training, the free training that I do in this group, I do because I'm passionate about it, and I'm passionate about helping others explode their businesses with giving valuable content online. And also I'm passionate about using social media for the right reasons as well, and teaching people how they can do business on social media the right way. So, but this type of training is just the teeniest tip of the iceberg of what I do in my larger coaching group. So if this has helped you and you want to go further with this, if you want help with your DMO that I talked about, or all the other things that I said were a separate training today, then that is what we do in our coaching group, and as well as a million more things and a lot of support. So so please do reach out if you'd like to know more about my coaching group and mentoring and how that all works, because I'm more than happy to help you with that. Perhaps type more in the comments and I can pop you a private message from there, or if you would prefer to pop me a private message, that's fine too. The other thing that I just want to mention, if you want to invite your friends to this group, please do anytime. If you've got friends that you think would benefit from learning attraction marketing skills, it's not just for business people. I think attraction marketing is for it applies to a lot in my life, actually. It's all about attracting the right things into your life. And for business, it's about attracting the right customers. But if you have people that are wishing to grow their online audience for whatever reason, maybe it's for charity, maybe it's for their influencers, whatever it is, then chuck them into this group. It's free. And all they're going to do is learn a lot from the content that I pop in here. So, and of course, I'll always try and answer as many questions as I can in the group as well. But what I also did want to say is I have an offer for you guys coming up. It's a free offer of a 3-day bootcamp. And it's not just an attraction marketing bootcamp, but it's a mindset bootcamp. Now, mindset is the very first step of the attraction marketing journey. So if you're really wanting to reset and get on board, or even just come back to, like I constantly am living in the mindset world because it's a ever-growing thing. If you'd like to reset and get started with some mindset, intense mindset work, we're having a 3-day mindset bootcamp that's starting at the end of this week coming up for 3 days in a row online. And so if you would like to be part of that, then please, it's absolutely free. And all you're going to do is learn a lot. There will be replays if it's not in the right time zone for you, just like this one here. It won't be hosted in this group, so you need to let me know if you'd like to be part of it, and I can add you into the right group. But if you pop mindset in the comments below, then I can get you into the right place for that. So it's a 3-day mindset bootcamp that's coming up. It's going to help you figure out those things that I talked about at the start of this training, your why, your passions, and what kind of people might be your target market because of everything that's based up here in your mind. Like, that's where it all begins. So pop mindset in the comments below if you'd like to be part of that. So it'll help you with your business and your direction as well. And anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, have a glass of water, and go outside and enjoy the sunshine before it clouds over. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend too. Please continue to, if you're watching the replay or you're re-watching the training, continue to pop some comments or questions below, and I'll be sure to come back and answer them all for you. Awesome, Sally. Great to see that you want to join the Mindset Bootcamp. That'll be cool. And I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. I'm going to continue to do some trainings in this group as and when I can around my coaching clients. It's getting a little bit busy, but of course I'll continue to give free value as much as I can. So have a great weekend, guys. If you have any questions about anything to do with what I've covered today, please pop me a message or pop it in the comments below. Take care, guys, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye.